Mars. But these athletes could represent the future of sport. They participate in one of the fastest growing games on the planet. Welcome to the world of paintball. Indoor paintball is a variation of the outdoor pursuit game where a team of 5 try to eliminate the opposition by firing paint-filled balls and connecting with any part of the anatomy. The aim is to get the 2 flags positioned in opposite corners into your base camp. But in these gun-sensitive times, does the sport glorify the worst aspects of firearm use?
Totally disagree with that. I think people who've played paintball can actually see what happens with a gun. It's unfortunately it's showing what can happen in reality. The difference between paintball and the real things is you can wipe these off and walk away from it, but it gives people the respect of the gun or the marker, so people know what they are capable of. And in general, I think people are more safety conscious in this sport than a lot of sports.
As chairman of the United Kingdom Paintball Sport Federation, Stephen Bull has seen the sport grow from a weekend leisure activity into one of the most popular of extreme or adrenaline sports. Made popular by the Americans, paintball has drifted across the pond to such an extent that in Wolverhampton, England, they're hosting the biggest ever tournament outside the States. 56 teams will compete in the European Open Championships.
We've got Scandinavian teams, we've got the French teams, the Germans, teams from all over Europe. It's bringing Europe together in one arena, and we've seen basically who's going to be the best team in Europe this weekend.
One team hoping to be crowned as Europe's best is NBK. The Scandinavians have been together for 4 years and are enthusiastic about a sport that's taken their homeland by storm.
It's just the coolest thing you can do, and it's also the only adrenaline sport where you can play as a team. All of the others are individual sports. In the USA, paintball has now passed snowboarding in the popularity stakes, and it's the 4th most popular adrenaline sport. I think it speaks for itself. It's rock and roll and full speed ahead from beginning to end.
And it's action from start to finish as the Norwegians adopt an aggressive offence in the first round stages. With a 100-point maximum for taking out all 5 opponents and retrieving both flags, the NBK youngsters decimate the opposition, only once dipping under 99 points in their 6 group games. Using roughhouse tactics and weapons more powerful than some of their opponents, the Norwegians earned 2nd place after day 1. They joined 13 other teams in 2 groups of 7 in the 2nd stage. As NBK are busy blasting their way through the opposition, English #1 team Shockwave make more sedate progress. Finishing 3rd after day 1, they're adamant that the gun doesn't maketh the man.
Not necessarily. The team that's the best organised knows what they're doing. Everyone's got very similar guns. I consider my gun, or this make of gun to be the best, but that's my decision.
When there's such little difference between the weapons, then it boils down to tactics. And in the 2nd stage, Marshall's astute leadership tips the scales in Shockwave's favour. They win this shootout and qualify for the 4-team round-robin final. Not surprisingly, the boys from Norway join them as the only overseas finalists. England is further represented by the Hillbillies and Iron Wolf. Ironically, NBK's shoot-on-sight policy fails to hit the target, and they're the only team not to win a game in the final. In a close-run thing, it's Shockwave, with 2 wins and a loss, who take the crown by a point over the Hillbillies. Maybe the future of sport is already here.
Next week on Transworld Sport, we meet the star from the steps who got off his horse to shoot some hoops.
And we unleash some mobile mutts across the Pyrenees, where frost's bite is worse than their bark.